YouTube channel, throughout social media. We're going to get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru, Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is Ever Live Free Sports Picks with games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, missing in action to Shane Mickle. Then we got Zawacky and Wayne Scott. Here's how the lineup for this evening. I guess we're going to have to push Wayne Scott to the top here. Shane missing in action. Then Wayne, rather than I, will close this one out. All right, here we go. Tonight we got NBA back here, 9-game card. No NHL, college basketball, not tonight. Tomorrow we got 2 games from college hoops. Then we get a lot of games here on Thursday, Friday, then into the new year. NHL off tonight, but 14 games tomorrow. Bowl games as well. Let's go ahead and let's get the show underway. We'll go ahead and welcome in Wayne Scott. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Wayne right now. Do some NBA rundown with him on this 9-game card. So let's get Wayne here to lead us off here on the drive-thru. I think we'll be all set to roll here in just a second. Wayne, I think ready to go with Wayne. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family? Hope everybody doing good out there tonight.
All right, everything going great tonight. Wayne, we'll start with the NBA here with Wayne. He'll be looking at this one to start us off. We got Pacers and Rockets going head-to-head in this one. With the Rockets favor 3, we see the total sits here at 238.5. This one on NBA TV.
Yes, sir. And the Pacers coming into this matchup 7-3 in their last 10, and they just haven't been playing well though. They're a 50-50 cover team. I don't like what I see from them at home, and that's where they play their best basketball recently. It's going to be tough for me to take them on the road, even getting a small amount like 3 points. They just play no defense. They'll be without their defensive anchor, Brown, in this one. That's the main defensive guy right now. With no defensive identity, and you got to rely on them hitting straight shot, all of their shots, which they haven't been doing recently. Against a defensive unit like Houston, who's been playing well at home, I have no choice but to take the Rockets here, -3.
All right, here we go with Wayne says, go ahead and take the Rockets here. Going to lay the 3 points here against this Indiana Pacers team. As we know, really lacking on the defensive end. No doubt about that. Also, too, kind of having a bit of a struggles here of late here coming back from, of course, that play-in tournament has, for them in the Lakers, has been kind of a struggle there. Of course, the Rockets, you can't argue, man. It's been a pretty good home court.
Yes, sir. Outside of home court, man, they've just been gelling. Not only defensively, but offensively. They're starting to find that fine balance of how much scoring they actually need and how much defense they have to need to get these wins. This is a young team. They're playing hard. They got some good bench players coming off the bench. They're actually doing the things that good teams do to win, which is rebound, defend, and they're getting that scoring going here off out of their starters and their bench. I like them here at home against the Pacers in this one.
Yeah, Pacers team that likes to play it fast. We'll see how this rolls. But Wayne here will be on the Rockets laying the 3 here against the Indiana Pacers tonight, 8 Eastern time. All right, let's go ahead and let's do some rundown NBA tonight here with Wayne. As we know, he'll be on the Rockets game, but we'll go ahead and we're going to have extra time here on the show today, so let's go ahead and do a full rundown. We'll go top of the board. Here's top of the hour. We have the Wizards and the Magic going head-to-head. And I think, yes, we'll have a pick on this game a little later in the show. So let's get to the next one here with Wayne. Here we got the Nets and the Pistons. We know the Pistons have had this big losing streak, but when you look at the injury report, they're starting to get a little healthier. This might be a spot for them. What do you say here, Wayne, with Simmons, Walker out for the Nets? Pistons dogs here. Nets 6.5, total 228.
Yeah, I'm definitely checking this injury report. I'll say this. I like the starting lineups the Pistons have. They bump Ivy in the lineup. The head coach likes Hayes. A lot of people been calling for Ivy. Well, Ivy in this lineup, it gives them some offense. We already know they've been struggling defensively, but at least it gives them some more scoring. Duran possibly back, a big force on both sides of the ball. Aggressive kid, young kid, somebody that can be feisty for somebody like Claxton, who's been playing very well for the Nets side. To me, Nets haven't been playing too great recently either, but I feel like this line is this high for a reason. I feel like the Nets are this much better than the Pistons based off of what they've been showing. It's Nets here, man. They just play a balanced style of ball. They shoot the 3-point well, and Pistons do not guard the 3-point well. So good rebounding team in the Nets, and I like them here even on the road at the 6.5. Man, I'm gonna lay it till I see the Pistons get all their players back and play well together. I have no choice but to take the Nets here too.
Yeah, the Pistons here, the past 5 games, the defense has kind of gone south a little bit, allowing 123 points per 100 possessions. We know the Pistons defensively have not been sharp, but they are getting some of their players healthy again. That's the key there versus as we were talking about here with this Pistons team. It's been kind of a really, really rough stretch here for this Pistons to start the season. And of course, Wayne liking the Nets side tonight here in this game. All right, let's continue on here on the rundown. We went Pacers, Rockets already. We're going to get a pick here with Grizzlies, Pelicans a little later in the show. So we move on to the Hawks and Bulls. Short line here. The Bulls have been playing well at home. Some may say only one. Well, we'll see what Wayne thinks. Laying 1 here against the Hawks. So we see the total here at 233.5. I know Wayne's probably looking at that injury report because there's a key name there at questionable status.
Yes, sir. I like the Hawks here, man. I know it's, they're coming off 2 losses, but and I know the Bulls are playing a lot better, winning 3 of their last 5. But I like the Hawks here, man. I just feel like they're the better team. They don't play defense. I know the Bulls been playing defense at home, but I just feel like this is a game where the Hawks come in and outscore them, getting some key role players back. Johnson been playing well. He's possibly to come back. They have their lineup. Bulls over there. Let me double check this lineup. Can you run that for me?
Yeah, okay, so we've got, so here's the latest on this injury news. Both Johnson and Trae Young listed as questionable, but both trending in the right direction. They both participated in the shoot-around this morning, so it looks like they are trending in the right direction. Still listed as questionable, but positive news tonight. And addition here to the injury report for the Bulls is Vucevic, an important player down low in the low post here. He's still listed as questionable with a adductor contusion. Hasn't missed a game for a while, but could be sidelined here tonight from Chicago.
Yeah, you don't want to see Vooch in there for them. A decent two-way player, more offense than defense, but you'll definitely want to see Vooch. So if Vooch doesn't come in, that leaves all the work for Drummond. I feel like Capella's way quicker than Drummond, just knows how to get Drummond in us foul trouble. And Hawks, yeah, just Johnson and Trae Young is in this game. I definitely like them, man. Hawks money line for me in this one.
Both Johnson and Young participated in the shoot-around, and media reports say that both Johnson and Trae Young are trending in the right direction for a possible return to the lineup tonight. So that's the latest there on that injury news here. Hawks and Bulls. Maybe the line tells you something there. Hawks only a 1-point underdog. All right, let's continue on here against a Bulls team. Let's continue here on drive through. We get to the next game on the board. Jazz and Spurs going head-to-head. This one had some injury news as well here. We'll update here as we go. The Jazz 3.5-point favorites. Total sits here 242. Of course, Wembanyama questionable, but positive news for Wemby. He did participate in the shoot-around this morning, and again, he's another one, Wayne, trending in the right direction.
That's good because I like the Spurs here, man. I know they don't play a lick of defense, but I just feel like they're starting to come along offensively. That's one thing they can do is score the ball, and I know the Jazz have 2 wins back to back. They look decent. They're getting healthy, but they also have their struggles when they been on the road in this one. Jazz a good offensive team too, but they have their issues on defense, and that mainly comes on the road. So I feel like another situation where I just feel like the Spurs can outscore the Jazz in this one at home against a team that doesn't play much defense.
All right, there you go. There with Wayne here on this one, Jazz and the Spurs. Let's continue here on the rundown here with Wayne. We'll look at the next one here. Timberwolves and Thunder, pretty good matchup here between these two. We've got the Thunder favored 2.5. We see the total here 228.5. We'll kind of look at the injuries here. Clark out for Minnesota. Looks like Williams on the OKC side now probable, but Karl Anthony Towns listed as questionable. Let's see if we get any update as questionable. That knee, it's a knee. No other news than that. So knee with questionable. Of course, he's dealing with this knee injury and missed Saturday's win against the Kings. So they were able to get the job done against Sacramento here without Towns in the lineup. again, still listed as questionable. Facing the Thunder here, they'll play a little bit. Thunder will play more defense than the Kings, so we know that. Thunder favored 2.5, total 228.5.
Yeah, man, I still like Minnesota in this one. Even with or without Carl Anthony, I would like him in the lineup. But I just like what they've been doing defensively. I feel like Carl Anthony Towns, not Carl Anthony Towns. I feel like Anthony Edwards has them going in the right direction. And I like what he's been doing in his games recently a little bit better, man. This Timberwolves team has yet to still really get the respect, even though they have the wins stacked up to say that they're an elite team this year. And I like them here on the road.
There you go, the road player with the Timberwolves. Let's continue on here on the rundown here, joined by Wayne. We got Kings and Trailblazers going head-to-head. Here's some news here in this one. We got the Kings favored by 8. Total sits here at 237.5. Key players questionable. Let's see if we get any updates here. Of course, DeAndre Ayton was listed as questionable in this one against with knee tendonitis. So no update there whether or not in the shoot around. And also, too, the young player Sharp here also on the injury report as questionable tonight here for Portland. So two key starters in that lineup for the Portland Trailblazers here dealing with a groin issue here. So again, Portland does have a back-to-back coming Thursday and Friday, so some are thinking maybe extra rest here in this one. We'll see how it rolls here. But the Kings favor 8 on the road.
Yeah, just too many points for me to lay with the Kings with how they've been playing recently. I know the Kings are the type of team that can come out here and explode, but with them having a lack of defense and Portland playing at the house, Portland's been fighting here chippy lately, while Sacramento has been on a small downtrend lately. Just not by the amount that we're used to them winning by, not covering as much. So I like Portland here with them 8 points. It just seems like a lot of points for me right now.
Yeah, on the bench, maybe seeing some. Obviously, we're going to see Scoot Henderson in there, Malcolm Brogdon. They may be inserted if Sharp and Ayton won't go. Then we're looking at Thibault, Jabari Walker, Duke Reith. These are very minimal minutes here from some of the guys behind them. So could be we could see some of these bench guys in tonight.
Yeah, these and that's where we'll need the help from and the spread in this lineup, because starter wise, Kings do outscore the Trailblazers a little bit more in that one, but I believe the bench for the Trailblazers can come in here and kind of chop it down. Trailblazers just been playing pretty good defense as of lately, so if they can start bringing it together offensively and these bench players can contribute, they should get this cover here.
Yeah, key note here that Malik Monk and Len were both on the injury report this morning. Monk off the injury report, predicted for about 25 minutes. Monk is someone who will get you some points off the bench.
Nah, he definitely will. I was hoping Monk would not play, but if he's good enough to play, he's good enough to play. So Sacramento comes in here healthy. A little bit more concerned, but at the end of the day, if this game time decision with Ayton and Sharp, I feel like they have a more than enough with Portland to get the cover here. 8 points is a lot of points on the road.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, there. Continue on. Portland has been a team that's seen an uptick with their offensive production of late, and we know the Kings struggle with defense. They've had more success on the road than at home, but we'll see how this one rolls. But that's a lot. Like you said, it's a lot to lay here on the road here against the Portland team showing some life at home. Hornets and Clippers is your doubleheader game tonight, late night game on NBA TV. The Clippers, boy, this line now up to 13.5, total 228. First thing we're going to look here is Kawhi Leonard, because he hit the injury report this morning. We know Diabate, that big man Diabate, and Plumlee are out, but Leonard is listed as questionable here with that hip injury, and he's missed two games already with that hip, Bruce. So they're going to monitor him throughout the day, so this may be moved toward a game time decision to find out about whether or not we'll have Leonard in the lineup. But of course, we know Ball is out. We know Tilakina again out again. We thought there might have been hope for Tilakina. He's someone who's a fringe NBA player. He may not be on it. Folks are projecting him as someone out of the league next year. If you look at some of those numbers, or if you look at some of those analysts who project these things. Bobby Miller is someone that Charlotte may not have in the lineup. He's questionable. He's a 14.5-point guy. Ankle injury. He missed the game Saturday here against Denver. 14.5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists a game. He's someone who's definitely an impact. is no doubt there. And of course, someone who's also out there who's actually may not play this game is doubtful now is Mark Williams, who's a scorer and rebounder. So 2 rebounders and scorers here. We don't really hear a whole lot about, but they're contributed players here, Wayne. And of course, that's why we've probably seen this line kind of go out of whack here. Clippers 13.5.
Yes, sir. As Tony just mentioned, man, at 11, I was definitely with the Clippers. Even at 13.5, they're trying to kind of scare you off the Clippers, but I kind of still like it at that, man. Charlotte just too. I would like to see Mark Williams be playing. He has that much of an impact before I bet the Charlotte's 13.5. No ball for a minute, but just not enough scores for me on Charlotte Hornets. Not enough defensively to keep up with a high-powered Clipper team like this Clippers team. With them having all their guys in there, they're just going to run the Hornets off the court, whether it be by the first half or by the end of the game. With the depth and they're in the get back right situation as they haven't been playing too well lately. I just feel like they'll run Charlotte out the gym here. Charlotte's just way too banged up.
Yeah, we got projected here Bridges, Rozier, Hayward. Those guys can get you some points. Of course, if Miller can't play, then we'll see P.J. Walker, who was projected for 30 minutes off the bench. He might get some. He'll probably take away Miller's minutes, but then again, it just makes that bench even thinner.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't have the guys to keep up with the Clippers, man. Just outside of not playing too well recently either. When you look at the numbers too, defensively, they've been scoring here and there, but against the teams like this, better defensive teams, they've been having their troubles. And without the help that they need, I don't see them doing much here in this game at all.
Okay, we can now confirm Wembanyama in the lineup now for San Antonio. Has come off the injury report. So Victor Wembanyama now in the lineup as far as my source goes here. Good to go on Tuesday. He's been cleared to play for Tuesday's game from ESPN's Andrew Lopez.
I like it, man, because I like the Spurs in that one anyways. I know it worries me that finally the Jazz have everybody healthy, but at the same time, they've just been trash on the road. So until I see them put it together on the road, even with having a healthy lineup, Spurs healthy, will take in the points with that one still.
All right, we got some news here in that Atlanta and Bulls game. When we can now confirm that Vucevic is out of this one. So Vucevic out. And we can now confirm, of course, we know DeAndre Hunter is out. It looks like it may be it may be a long-term exit here. I think he's going to get into procedure here to take care of that inflammation. 15-point guy, 4 rebounds.
Yeah, but if Johnson's playing, that's exactly where he picks up at. They were playing the same position, probably going back and forth anyway, so it kind of makes sense for Johnson to step in for that.
Matter of fact, we can now confirm that both Trae Young and Johnson will be in the lineup. They're off the injury report.
Okay, that's great. That's great, man. Still like a Hawks money line in that one. Just really feel like they outscore. Hopefully Johnson can get these guys lined up to play some decent defense and have Trae Young's back. But offensively, they should be good.
Yeah, the issue here now with Killian Hayes, he's somebody you have to keep an eye on. 9 points, 3 rebounds. Just to give you some depth here. He's been downgraded to questionable with that illness. So that's the latest there on Killian Hayes. If you're thinking of trying to take a shot with Detroit as a home dog against a struggling team in the Brooklyn Nets, you need a lot of their guys in the lineup. Looks like Hayes is trending the other way.
Yeah, depth is always key. Definitely when you're trying to cover and cover with a bang. So the less guys they got, they already struggle in their starting lineup to keep up with teams. So they don't got really nobody on the bench to at least equalize it or keep the game. It's going to be tough. And Killian Hayes, up in the air, but like you said, still a guy that can get you at least 10 points in the right amount of minutes and come in there and contribute.
There you go. That's the latest there. Let's take one look here at Towns and see what they say about Towns. There's still the question. Well, it's the knee, so you got to always worry about the knee, and we'll see what happens. Of course, they got the job done without him against those Sacramento Kings. All right. We got everyone up to date here and all the injury news. We had some breaking news here as we're doing the segment with Wayne Rocket. We'll have coverage. We'll have coverage here. I'm let everybody let you know what's coming up here on the drive-thru in the NBA, because we're going to have a lot of coverage on the NBA. Probably cover every game. We will have coverage here coming up on the next segment from Grizzlies and Pelicans, and we'll cover also the Washington game later in the show. All right, Wayne, let's take a look. Wayne here on the Rockets laying 3 against the Pacers tonight. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for nice action. We got NBA up on the board, as well as college football bowl games as well. We got one in prime time. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. Just straight NBA card for me today. I actually have 4 plays in the NBA. They got a 3-pack for you, and I got my best bet out there. So if you want all 4 of those, you get on my 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day pack, and you can get all 4 of those, or you can get it my best bet, or you can get my 3-pack, whatever one is for you. Pair me with one of these top handicappers and a multi-handicapper special, and you can get with me that way as well.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great time to get the All Sports Pass. So you guys love that 7-day pass early in the week. You get all Wayne's Premium plays here for 7 days. All this NBA, college hoops. We got 2 games tomorrow, then Wednesday, then the heavy cards come in. We get into conference season actually this weekend. Right? That's right. We do get into conference season now. So great time to get on board with Wayne. Knows college basketball very well. As you know, he knows his NBA very well. And of course, don't forget the college football bowls. That'll take you all the way to the New Year's Day bowl games when you get that 7-day pass. So most of the bowls, except pretty much them all, at the end, there with that 7-day pass. And don't forget, the NFL this week plays on Thursday, Saturday, and 14 games on Sunday. That covers all of the NFL Week 16 coverage for you to do it with that 7-day pass. Great time to do it. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Wayne, as always, great having a show. Everybody likes that rundown you give us here on those Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday appearances. Have yourself a great evening. We do have, I think, 6 games tomorrow. So more NBA, and of course, then we'll get to some college hoops as well. And have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, Tony T, appreciate you for having me. Pick Dog family, good luck on your best tonight, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
Catch you tomorrow. Wayne Scott here on the drive through. Let's continue here on the show. We'll go ahead and welcome, let's see, Shane. I don't know where Shane is, lost somewhere. We have a search party looking for Shane. We don't know where he is. We'll find out. Maybe we'll find out sometime. Yeah, so let's continue on here on the drive through. Rod Zawacky up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's been good to us. Boy, he's been hot in the NFL. If you've been able to catch him over on the site, let's bring him in right now. I think we're all set to roll here. In just a second, we'll bring in Rod Zawacky, set to go here with Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much, Tony. I was shooting hockey videos. Massive day in the NHL tomorrow. They're just diving right back into it. 14 games tomorrow on the ice. So definitely digging into the hockey. Loved the NFL on the weekend. It was definitely there were some good games. I missed my one. I figured that one was going to go under last night, but it just snuck up and over. It was the only one that got me.
Yep.
In the NFL this week.
That
The
is
only one
right.
that got me. 8-1 this week. I got the push on the Detroit game, so 8-1-1.
There you go. 8-1-1 for Rod, so he did go well, doing well there in the NFL. But tonight we're going NBA with Rod, as we're going to take a look at, we mentioned here, that Grizzlies and Pelicans game he was going to cover for us here on the show. We see the Pelicans here at home laying 5, total 230.
Yeah, and you look at this one. This should be a great game again. These teams just played not too long ago, and Memphis got the win 115-113 in that one. And you look, Memphis playing over their last 3 games, playing pretty good. 3 straight wins ever since Jaw's been back. As I said, 115-113. They got the win here in the Smoothie King Center a few nights ago before Christmas. And now heading back into this one for a rematch. So most people, you figure, are going to jump onto the Pelicans here. And you know what? I'm not jumping on the Pelicans. Memphis, this team's been rolling along, as I said, the last 3 games. Average scoring 118 points a game. New Orleans, their last 3 scoring about 113 points a game. Defensively, I would hand it to New Orleans. They've been holding teams over the last 3 to 108.3 points per game defensively. Memphis, also pretty good defensively, holding teams to 111 points a game. So 3 points difference there. Kind of think we're getting a defensive battle on our hands. But Memphis and the 5 points, That's where I want to be with my money here tonight. Take the points with the Grizzlies. Hey, I think they could continue and win again against the Pelicans. Season series is 1-1, but I like the Grizzlies in the points. I think this comes right down to who's got the ball last. You definitely want those extra points, so take the Grizzlies.
All right, Rod says take the Grizzlies here. Plus the 5. 4.5 was sent, but now it's up to 5. There are a lot of 5s in the marketplace right now. You can find them. So do your line shopping. Get the best numbers here in this one. You can find the 5 in this one. Also to note that Marcus Smart, there's a chance that he returns tonight here for Memphis. Smart, a 30-minute man, averaging about 12 points. He'll get you full of some rebounds. He's an assist guy, but he's somebody that definitely, with John in the lineup, that would be interesting to see how they both work together.
Correct. If he does come back, he'll probably be on a minutes restriction. I don't think he'll be packing on the minutes his first game back. But I think it'd be definitely interesting to see him in addition to the Memphis team. Hopefully he doesn't mess up the chemistry is what they've got going. But because those things happen, but I don't think so. I think he'll be, as we know, he's been a 30-minute man. I think he steps right in and helps out in many ways with this Memphis team going forward. As you look at their numbers on the road, defensively, they're kind of a little bit not good, but those numbers are going to improve because you haven't had Ja all season long. So their scoring numbers on the road, I think, will increase as the season goes along. I like this Memphis here. Here's a little bonus play for you. Memphis is 9-0 against the Pelicans in the first quarter in the last 9 meetings. So take the Grizzlies on the money line first quarter. I think they come out and get themselves a nice lead in this first quarter. I got it at a nice plus price too in that first quarter. Take a money line. Don't take the points.
Yeah, Rod says take the money line. Don't take the points there. There with this Grizzlies team with a bonus play there from Rod Zawacky. Just give you some line updates here. We did see the line come down on that. Jazz now just 2.5-point favorites with the news on Wemby. Atlanta now up to 2.5-point favorites here against the Bulls with the news there on Trae Young and Jalen Johnson playing. So there's been a bit of a line of movement here after this injury news come in. It's still 6.5-6 here with the Nets and Pistons game, and that's the latest there with as far as the lines line information goes here tonight in tonight's NBA coverage as well. Of course, Rod says we'll be back. We'll have 14 games from the NHL for tomorrow. Rod, what is it?
Since you said Wembanyama was in there tonight, I'm going to take his over rebounds. I got it at 10.5 while I was betting, and I heard you tell that to Wayne, and I was like, let me go check that out. And I seen it, and I went, 10.5. I bet it. He's hit that 7 out of his last 10 games. He's got up and over that rebound. So Wembanyama over 10.5 rebounds. Scoop that up. It's a nice plus 110. I got that up. I think he easily can scoop that many rebounds for us tonight. Another little bonus play for you there as well.
Yeah, from Rod from the NBA. And, of course, like what I like to do with Rod here on Tuesdays, kind of look at some of the NFL. 16 games, no bye weeks. There's no bye weeks the rest of the way now, like last week. Any line look out of whack to you here as we move into Week 16 of the NFL?
You know what? For me, the one that I look at, you look at this Dallas team, right? And they're kind of real. They play. They're back at home here. Sure, they've got some calls that went against them, but now you got to face a Detroit team that's a scrappy Detroit team. I think that should be a little bit lower. It's at 6. I don't think that should be 6. It should be 3. I like Detroit. You look at Detroit on the road, 6-2 ATS. I think comes down to who's got the ball last in that one. I know Detroit or Dallas at home. They've won 15 straight at home. They also won 10 straight covers as a favorite following loss, but I think Detroit comes in and gives them a battle. I think that line's a touch high.
Well, there is something to play for now. We always talk about that number 1 seed getting the bye week, but it's important to know, we know the 2 seed has to play the wild card round, but the 2 seed gets home field in the divisional round. So that's when you got Detroit 2 and Philadelphia and Dallas kind of shuffling between the 3 seed. That becomes a big game there for Detroit because they can kind of pave their way to a home game in the divisional round if they get there.
If they can get there, right? So that win means that's a battle, a game that means a lot for both teams.
Yeah.
And it's 6. I figured that should be 4. I can see 3.5, 4 is what I had that at, and you're getting the 6. I think that's all the value with Detroit. That one plus the points, as Tony said, they're both going to be battling. They want the win there, and of course Detroit would love to come in. They played pretty good on the road, 6-2 against that number. For me, I think Detroit's played their best on the road this season. They've had some stumbles at home.
Yeah, I don't know the tiebreaker. I don't know the tiebreaker. I know the tiebreaker with the 49ers, Cowboys, and Philly. The tiebreaker between Detroit and San Francisco, I don't know. But I know as a fact, if they could win out, they could be in the conversation here for a bye week in the first round and home field throughout the NFC West, because they all have this. They share the same record. That 49er loss last night was big, but it was against an AFC opponent, right? So they're probably going to be looking at conference records as we get into that tiebreaker situation. But for Detroit, if they win out, they'll be in position for possibly home field, at least in the divisional round, but maybe throughout the NFC playoffs. And of course, the Niners still have a tough game against the Rams in week 17.
Exactly right. The 49ers don't have a cakewalk of a game there in week 17 either. That's a big battle. There's still lots to be decided in both NFC and AFC. Massive game this week, Dolphins and Baltimore. That's a battle to win for first right there. If Dolphins can beat Baltimore, I think they can get first. But you got to win, beat them there. You're getting 4 right now. It's kind of like,
Well, they beat a good team, right? They beat the Dallas team. They said, well, this is the battle of, I don't know what the word they used, but these were both, Dallas and Miami, who looked dominant against lesser competition, right? So Miami was able to squeeze that game against Dallas.
They did, but that defensively, right? That Dolphins defense has definitely improved with Ramsey in there. That's for sure. Massive improvement from the Dolphins D. What we see, but we see that every year with the Dolphins. They slowly improve the defense. It still scares me once they hit the playoffs, though. I've seen I know Mitch has ranted about it too. Our coach making them calls in the playoffs when it comes down to it. It's scary. It's scary when it comes down to making the right call. Does he make the right call? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
it's some of them decisions he makes when it's like, kick the field goal, take the points. And he still does it. It's the head scratcher where he's like, I get it, he's young in the analytics, but they scare me in the playoffs. I really do. I really hope that this.
Mozart's a runner. Though. Sometimes you got the running there. If he can run effectively, that can open up those big plays. So we really need the running. You need to get those 3rd and 3s, those 3rd and 2s, that short yardage run game, or get that good run on first down. Opens up the playbook, right?
It does, and you got to stay healthy. Yeah. Look, Waddle's he's not 100%. Hill's not 100%. Some of the running backs in the backfield aren't 100%. So we'll see what happens after this week with Baltimore. This is going to be a rough physical week here for the Dolphins. We'll see what happens after the dust settles after that one.
This is huge because we just talked about home field in the AFC. This again, with Miami and Baltimore separated by just one game. Miami wins. They have the tiebreaker against Baltimore now.
Yeah, exactly. So Baltimore's a physical team. This is going to be a beating. I'm waiting. I don't know. Can we survive the beating? My gut says I want to take Baltimore plus.
With this holiday, we sometimes forget about this. This is a short week for Baltimore. Miami has the extra day.
They do. They have the extra day to of getting ready for this game. I think they were already looking at this game.
But overlay the Niners though? Yeah, the Niners. That was a high profile one. And the flight back, and the flight back. It's a long flight.
The flight back.
Having to go on the holiday. Flying back is never easy after Christmas. Flying out of San Francisco.
They hit back. Well, I'm cheering for the Dolphins. It's like I'll be cheering hard for the Dolphins.
I know that. Here's one that's interesting here because this Patriots team. Suddenly looks like they want to win. They're not looking to tank. Right? They're losing their chances at Drake May. They might have to settle for the LSU quarterback. That's what everyone's saying. Or they may trade up. The big talk here is they may trade up to get the May. That's someone I guess they're targeting. But anyway, Buffalo's going to be laying 12 to 13.5 now. This game against New England. New England's showing some life out there. Well, the defense has been good all season, right?
Yeah. But laying that kind of number with Buffalo, no thanks. There's a reason why the Buffalo banner is in a heap on there on the floor. You know how many times they don't cover the spread? You couldn't even cover the spread against the Chargers. I knew that. I wasn't falling for that. Remember I said that? That was one of those lines that I looked at last week, and I said there was no way I lay in that -12 with Buffalo on the road. No way. I don't want to lay double digits with Buffalo anywhere. Buffalo just wants the wins, and they're not in any position to be double-digiting anybody. So would I lean to the Patriots again? Yes. Yes, I would. I was on the Patriots this week, and I took the plus points. And look what they won it outright. I didn't think they'd win it outright, but hey.
Yeah, they got it there. And it was that
Buffalo?
That embarrassment angle came through, right? That embarrassment angle.
It did. Yeah. See, the Chargers were thoroughly embarrassed, and they were like, no. These are professionals. When you get beat like that, you come back, and you're like, man, did we ever get embarrassed? And they came back and put up a fight and almost outright Buffalo in that one. I was rooting for it. Buffalo is big double-digit favorites? No thanks. Not my money.
No thanks at all. Interesting one here. You got a dome team going to Chicago in late December. All right, this one looks kind of funky to me. Open 2.5. Bears laying 3 at home to Atlanta team coming from the dome, going to Chicago in late December.
Right? But you look right now, Chicago in late December isn't Chicago in the normal late December. I don't think they've got 10 feet of snow and blizzards and snowing and like it is. It might change at the end of this week. But, and the Bears have been looking scrappy in Atlanta on the road. I can see it. Bears have been good to me. I kind of like the Bears. I was on the Bears this week.
Yeah.
And laid the 4 and they got the win. I would lay it again with the Bears. I don't trust Atlanta on the road. 2-4 against the number. And this Bears...
Heineke or Ritter, I mean, what? Yeah,
solid.
Heineke,
Heineke, he looked pretty good this week. Got the nice win, stopped the Colts. But can he continue and stop the Bears on the road? The Bears on the road in that one.
Raiders and Colts, both teams outside looking in with a long shot, but you always like to be in that discussion if you can get into Week 17, even though you need a miracle. But anyway, the Colts laying 3 at home against the Raider team that has shown some life here, total 44.
Definitely, they've shown some life in this Colts team. Are they running out of steam? Running and injuries. They've got a lot of guys injured. Taylor came back last week. It didn't help. It kind of messed things up, it looked like to me. I would kind of lean to the Colts at home to bounce back. They have been a scrappy bunch all season long, and the Raiders, well, it is the Raiders. They have been scrappy too, but I think on the road here in Indy, in the Dome, I think I would go with Colts in that one.
Yeah, it's tough to get 40-plus points the last 2 weeks in special teams, and the quarterback didn't complete a pass after the first quarter. That's kind of tough. We know that at home here, the Colts have been, you can trust them a little bit.
And the Colts like to run the ball a lot more, right? So they're not going to be airing it out. Minshew's hand off the ball to Taylor, and he'll run. And they like to run the ball a lot more than hucking it and picking. But you never know. That Raiders D is pretty good. That front four is ferocious, and they're trying to play like old school Raiders. I think watch out for this Raiders team in the future. I like the way they're looking.
Defense. The defense is always the problem. They got the defense together. Yep.
They're starting to come together and gel. And if they can continue that going into next season, maybe pick up a piece or two. Oof, watch out.
Remember Pierce. Pierce has played under Parcells, right? He's got that tough. He's got that mental toughness.
He's got that. And he's trying to bring back that old school Raiders where it's like you fear the Raiders. But remember those days? Yeah. I remember those days where everybody feared the Raiders. I know.
And
I don't want to play the Raiders. What do you mean I can play the Raiders? I don't want to play the Raiders.
That's a good spot for him. Anyone under Parcells is going to be tough-minded. Belichick and all that. That tree there. You have Bill Parcells, your head coach, Belichick, your defensive coordinator. That's some pretty good seasoning then to get into coaching.
Big time. Watch out. I think the Raiders in the next couple seasons going to make some noise.
Is this the blowout of the week here? Is this a get-well spot for Jacksonville? They're laying 7 at home against Carolina?
No, I would take it with Carolina plus the points. I know Carolina on the road 0-8, 1-6 against the number. Look at Jacksonville at home, 2-5, 2-5 at home. Ooh, Jacksonville looks like they're falling off a map. They haven't played so well since that. They had that nice little streak and were running along, and then I bailed. Game. I got off that ship. I got off of that ship. I was like, oh, that looks like that ship is sailing. Jump, quick. I got off at the right time because they're not looking good. You figure this should be a get-right spot for, but laying 7? I don't want to lay 7 with Jacksonville the way they're playing right now. I would take Carolina plus the 7. I think the Carolina plus the 5 this week, and that turned out good. So Carolina's got a defense. They can play defense. That's it. If their offense could just play a little bit better, they would have had a better season than what they had, because that defense kept them in games. I don't know how, with that 3 to 5 number, lots they've covered. So
defense keeps them in it.
The Panthers there. Plus points,
Yeah, the defense have kept them in some of those home dog situations. They've been able to come through against some of the lesser teams. People laughing in comments, oh, who's taking Carolina? You got to be an idiot. Well, guess what? Who turns out to be the smart one? Who begins the idiot? All right? That's usually what happens, right? That's usually what you read from. Interesting game here, because it all depends what the Giants do. Will they still stick with DeVito? Do they go with Taylor? What's the story here? Rams going to be laying 6 in New York. We expect cold weather for this LA team coming out of a dome.
I don't think that bothers the Rams. I would lay it. I think that's it. I think that's it for DeVito.
That's it.
I think he's in trouble. I think he's in trouble. This Rams team is starting to turn it on, and then we've only seen them get better and better and better as the weeks go along. That offense is just clicking on all cylinders right now and going against the Giants D. Sure, the Giants do have a half decent defense, but I think this Rams picks them apart in this one. I would lay it with the Rams. I would even extend that. I like the minus 13.5. I think they win by 2 touchdowns, and show the Eagles how this is how you beat the Giants, and you beat them thoroughly.
Yeah, Rams.
I think the Rams beat them down good.
Yeah, Rams may be that team no one wants to play, because when their playmakers are healthy, look out, and they got that running back now, right? They got that formula.
Yeah, and then there's another one that jumps out at me, Arizona. I know Arizona is not the greatest, but the Eagles aren't good at covering double-digit numbers either. The Eagles laying double digits? No thanks. I'll take Arizona in that one plus the points.
There you go. And
Arizona's done it all.
A big AFC.
All season they've done it. Come in.
A big NFC South battle. Saints and Buccaneers. This is huge here. Bucks laying 3 at home. Total 41.5.
Yeah, and you look at the Bucks have been playing pretty good football, haven't they? 7-3 covering the number in their last 10, and they do play their better ball at home. It's been about even this year though. 4 wins at home, 4 on the road. Saints on the road, though, not a place I want to be. There's another team that the defense has kept them in games, and that offense has let them down in games. I would lay with the Bucks again.
There you go. Time permitting, we'll get the late games tomorrow. Time permitting. All right, Rod on record. Grizzlies plus the 4.5 here against the Pelicans. Tonight's NBA 8 Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, NBA on the board. Hockey coming back tomorrow. We still have a bowl game ready to go in prime time. What's results here from Rod in NFL this year has been on fire. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Pick Dodge Premium tonight, I've got I'll play in the night bowl game. It's my 10-star college football executive info play. You can scoop that up singly. Or I have 3 plays in tonight's NBA action. I had 1 lone play yesterday in the NBA. I drop a dime play. We crushed it. 7-1 on those in the NBA. And looking to keep it rolling with those 3 tonight in the NBA. So head over and scoop those up in the NBA. It's, look at the slam dunk the bookies. I love those plays tonight in the NBA. And now we still got the rest of the week. Here comes the rest of the bowl action. So now's time. Use that 2-for-1 capper deal. Pair me up, me and Tony. And let's crush the week coming up. Lots of college basketball, lots of hockey, lots of NBA, and definitely whole another last week of the NFL. So jump aboard. Use that promo code PICK and save 15% off your purchases at checkout at PickDogs.
That's right. Check out at PickDogs, guys. Get on board with Rod Zawacky. You see the great results from Rod, 485 in NFL. Has been on absolute fire in the NFL. So get on board. You guys love that 7-day pass here early in the week. That's a good way to roll with. Get Rod's plays here. That will take you all the bowl games right through January 1st. All the NFL here, week into this week here, 17 with Rod. And, of course, you can also get on board with that with the hockey. The college hoops are going to get back into action right now. As tomorrow there's 2 games. And then here we go with the big conference start. Well, the big unofficial conference plays now here as we get into the turn of the new year. So never had time to get on board with Rod. Use promo code PICK, save that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But let everybody know we can catch your video series at PickDogs.
Yeah, definitely hit that like button and then subscribe. That way you get notified when those videos drop. 14 NHL plays plus the 3-team parlay video going tomorrow. We're looking to make it back-to-back 3-teamers on the ice in that parlay action. So we hit the nice plus 900 heading into Christmas on the ice with that parlay. So let's make it another doozy. I like it for tomorrow's action. So definitely stay tuned. In the next couple hours, those things will drop, and you can definitely jump aboard with me with those there.
That's right, guys.
Try to remember everybody else is going. That way you
That's me. That's what I mean.
Tony can try to. Tony will go through the rundown of all the content we got going.
That's right. I'll let you know what.
It keeps growing daily as you see it over there. So.
Oh yeah, lots and lots of content coming out here. So we'll let you know in a second. All right, Rod. I know you got to get to those videos.
Everybody's winners. So
that's right.
I'm trying to put more money into everybody's pocket. That's what we try to do here.
Absolutely.
Get some more winners into your pocket. I wish we could win them all, but we can't. What we do, we try our best to win. That's for sure.
Absolutely, trying our best to get the winners for you. Rod will get working. When he gets going, he'll go and get those winners for you from NHL with those videos. All right, Rod. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Definitely have yourself a good one, everybody. Good luck with your bets. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep, Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show, guys. If you miss a pick, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We'll get to my pick, and we'll let you. Then we'll get to the recap. Now I'm going to have to move the chains here to get you to my game. It happened to be the Wizards game tonight. So let me find here where we're at on the Wizards. Wizards. Here we go. Magic Wizards. Now we lost a half point here because of we haven't touched too much on this one yet. This one is now 7. We gave it out at 7.5, but we'll still take the 7 here with the Washington Wizards tonight. Home underdog Wizards plus the 7. Again, Wizards players, they have a clean injury report tonight. So that means in the starting lineup here for the Wizards, Jones, Poole, Avdija, Kuzma, and Gafford. So they got a clean injury report. For Orlando, out tonight, Fultz, Harris, Ingles, Isaac. Again, Orlando dealing with cluster injuries. It's been like this for several years now with this Orlando team. They just can't get everybody healthy. Or maybe just one guy out. Can we do that? No. It's always the cluster injuries with this Orlando Magic team. I don't know what's happening over there. Is it strength? Is it conditioning? What is it? What is it there in Orlando where there are always cluster injuries with this team? It just boggles the mind here. We look at Washington. Obviously, over the past 5 games, we've seen offensive production go up. 117 points per 100 possessions. The Magic's, their defensive form bad. You take a look over the past 5 games, giving up 119 points per 100 possessions. They're giving up 48% shooting. Over their past 5 games, a net rating of -7.5. Let's go ahead and let's take Washington here at plus the 7.5 points. All right, over at Pick Dogs, I got a 3-pack, 2 NBA, and a bowl game for you tonight. I'm doing well in the NBA. I'm the top performer at Pick Dogs this year for the NBA, so get on board. Long-term pass, 3-7 or 3-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period, just like when you go to my handicap page, you make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotion. Add more cappers. Save even more money. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the recap, and we will call it a night. Shout out to people in the chat room as well. Let's get to the recap. Shane still missing in action. We had Wayne Rockets lay the 3 in the Pacers. Rod was on Grizzlies plus 4.5 against Pelicans. I'll be on Washington plus 7.5 in their game tonight. And which one do I like the most? Let's take a look here at my notes. Let's see. We had Wayne on the Rockets laying 3 against the Pacers, and then we also had Rod coming in with the plus points here against with the Pels in this one. Now I'll go here with Wayne's play on the Rockets laying the 3 against the Pacers here tonight. The bad defense from the Pacers on the road this year. All right, that's good. do it here for this edition here of The Drive. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow live here at 6 Eastern Time. Do it all over again. Bring our cappers from Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll go up their plays in real time, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Of course, it always gets started with that morning show tonight. Morning show during the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You got Mitch, you got Chris, and you got Jay with that morning show. Of course, Jay has his NBA and, of course, his NFL roundtable discussion, live shows as well here. Mitch, 7 picks in 5 minutes. Bane Tools show, also with Mitch. He has his professional roundtable. Chris with his video wraparound NHL. Rod Zawacky, NHL A to Z, every game on the board, pick free, and also will give you a parlay on his video series. That's going strong. Ron Romanelli, he's got the college basketball as well as college football rundown for you. Nick Mickle and NBA first half videos. Our man Mills coming in with his UFC rundown as well as his prop shop. Check that out as well. And of course, all against the public betting here with Dana Lane. All access pick from our man Big Al McMorty. Costi with his sharp trading plays for you here on the channel. More and more video series coming out here. Brad Francis's parlay video as well. Brian Bittler again. Contrarian. The Contrarian plays from Brian Bittler. Many video series here, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when these videos drop, we give you the plays there. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Blake liking the Rockets himself as well. And Ron Crawford likes Houston money line there. The folks there with the picks tonight on tonight's show. And also shout out to people. Nick Beats Vegas in there with his plays up there. Dennis Sorrow, shout out to you as well. Lendo86, always great seeing you in the chat room. Masterio McManus in the chat room as well. Hot Rod coming here. Hot Rod there as well. Jose Gomez, thank you for your contributions. Nicholas Handy in there as well. Nick Beats Vegas, thank you for those compliments. Merry Christmas to you as well. Angel Oscario, welcome back to the chat. And, of course, Renzo Alfaro Romero likes the Bulls money line. All right, that's going to do it here for the show, guys. Make it a winning night. We'll be back again tomorrow live at 6 Eastern Time. Do it all over again. Let's bring in our cappers from tonight. All right, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great